And I was always raised by my parents, who are tall. Always raised with the attitude of like, no, it's not an excuse.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a sister who's tall. I'm the only one. I'm the only dwarf.
How's that work? Is it genetic? Like it runs in the family somewhere?
It's a recessive gene, but we couldn't find any of them. So either that or my mom's just telling a weird story, and she actually went off with the circus and did some shit.
Well, what's cool is that you've gotten to a point now as a comic where you're just a comic. Like I really don't think I've seen you on stage. I think that you're such a good comic now that nobody isn't. It sounds weird, but I don't think people really even fucking notice in that. All right, you're shorter than most people, but you're a comic who also talks about shit that's really funny that we all relate to.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you, and that took a while because. Obviously, when you first get on stage and you have to talk sort of about the most obvious things, Brandon, you're going through this now where you're talking like, okay, well, everyone knows me as a fighter, so I got to talk about the fighter thing. Like, you haven't gotten to the point maybe yet where you can go like, you know what, airline food, let's fucking talk.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, yes, but like, and maybe you do it later in your act, but right off the bat,
you got to hit them what they came to see.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I feel like a lot of comics have to deal with that. Obviously, you had to establish yourself for a while, but like Homeboy, who we've had on the show, he's a great dude. He was on Anchorman. Keckner. He's amazing. We're at the Laugh Factory together. Yeah. And he was saying, like, dude, when I do things, I have to do, like, people yell, Anchorman, he has to go, whammy! Like, he has to do certain shit.
And then they all cheer, and then he goes, okay, now let's tell jokes.
Like, Dave Chappelle for a long time, and this is obviously a different word, but just kind of making comparison here. Dave Chappelle was saying for a long time when his show got so big, and, you know, I'm Rick James, bitch. He said be in the middle of the act, but people were like, Rick James! And he'd be like, dude, he literally would stop shows and be like, you gotta stop, man.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the fucking Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'll get there.
Yeah.
You gotta let me
Rick
get through
James,
this, man.
Yeah, exactly. And
he did it nonstop.
And that's what my act started off as being, but now I love the point where I am because I had 2 Showtime specials, and now people are kind of familiar with me, so they're like, oh, cool. And so like, oh, we know that part of you. We know that. So now I'm going into a ton of different stuff, relationships, race. I rant about therapy dogs for about a half an hour because I hate these fucking things. So yeah, like that's what I'm talking about now. That has nothing to do with me being a dwarf, and it feels very freeing to not have to do. I mean, I still, as I tell people, I'll never not tell dwarf jokes because that's just the only perspective I ever had.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to write jokes from the perspective of a 6'2" guy.
Sure.
So it'll always have that viewpoint from it.
In what sense? Like what?
Well, like
so. What are the? I think most people are creative are generally wrestling with the same question. So I'm always my central question has always been, what is a man?
Yeah.
What is masculinity? I've always been obsessed with that notion.
Yeah. So so like that's your sort of glass that's the filter that all your jokes go
what's
through.
Courage? What's fear? You know.
So when I like for instance, like I'm currently engaged and my fiance is tall. So when I had to meet her mom is now seeing this sort of for the first time and seeing the dwarfism thing, and she's tall, her family's tall. This was not in the cards. You know, her daughter was never going to marry a freaking dwarf. That's not what she dreamt of. So now it's like, okay, well now I have to tell jokes. A lot of people have gone through that scenario where they meet the parents, but then I have this little extra thing.
Yeah,
that's
little curveball.
Yeah, that's tied into it,
which people can relate to because it's awkward to meet someone's parents, and then you never know how it's going to go, and they don't always like you. And obviously, in your case, you have even a bigger hurdle to jump over.
It's the elephant in the room.
Yeah, it really is.
How tall is your fiance?
She's 5'7". You would love her, Brandon, because she's actually 4th degree in Taekwondo, 2nd degree in Hapkido, and recently got a black belt.
That's what he's really. Brendan,
I'll send her my number.
Brendan,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, damn, Brendan is very attracted to. The first thing he asks a woman is, well,
what belt are you?
She is. What belt are you? He loves talking to fighting.
Now, did she? And I'm not trying to offend you. Has she dated a small person before?
No.
Was it like a fetish thing for her?
No, yeah, she didn't have like.
Did you guys? Were you like at some weird like rave party? She's like, ooh.
Hey, man.
what do we got here?
Hey,
what? And then they hit it off.
I don't know.
Maybe she was into that kind of thing.
He's short, but he's got a dick on him.
I know. That's why she fucking locked him up.
She didn't know that.
But she locked him up after she saw that fucking banana peel hanging between those legs.
Oh, that must have been the I got to hear about the first. I mean, I don't want to get too personal.
No, it's fine.
Let's do how you guys met and then get into that for sure.
Right. Well, first of all, the story about how we met is absolutely insane in that for a brief time I was doing a radio show up in San Francisco. The show is still going on. I'm just not a part of it. It's Kevin Kline Live. I left to keep doing stand-up. It's a great show. Listen to it in the Bay Area. Live 105. I was on that show, and I did a bit called Tinder or Grindr, where I was new to San Francisco. I didn't know anybody. So every week, I would flip a coin, and based on what the coin landed on, I would go on a Tinder date or a Grindr date.
You go on a Grindr date?
Hell yeah. I went out with one dude,
Do you swing both ways?
No, I don't.
Okay, just for the bit.
Yes. Word. And I told the guy, like, before, like, this is just for radio bit, but I am going to talk about the date. And he was a large, redheaded gay man who referred to himself as Ginger Bear. And
Ginger Bear. Wow.
Shout out to Cinnamon Bear.
And had a thing for little people.
Kinda, yeah. He wanted the experience of it. I told him, like, just so you know, like, nothing's gonna happen, but
I'm not sucking your dick tonight.
Yeah, but I'm new to the city, so
sure.
Let's go. Let's take me somewhere. Let's see some stuff. So we do that bit for a couple weeks, and then a listener calls in and says, well, you got to check out this other app called Threender. Threender is Tinder for threesomes.
What?
That is something that exists.
I'm sorry. How do you spell that?
How do you spell that?
They got sued by Tinder, so now they're called Field. F-E-E-L-D.
Excuse me. Where the fuck was I?
You're still here, bro.
I mean, what? I didn't have any of this when I was
look
single.
at me.
Talk to the wifey.
Hey, look at me. It's not too late.
Man.
Carry on, Brad.
Yeah. So I go on this app that now is called Field, and the first match I get. Now you can match with other singles and then form your own threesome, or you can go on as a couple and say like, hey, we're looking for one more, and then have one join, or you can join couples.
Brilliant.
So, and it's the same thing as Tinder. You're just swipe left, swipe right, same thing.
Amazing.
So I match up with this beautiful Chinese woman, and we're like, all right, let's go on the date. Let's see if we match, and then if we match, then we'll look for a third.
Whoa.
So we go out on a first date, thinking like, okay, let's just find out that we're not psycho, and then we'll go fuck. Like that's literally our mindset. And
by the way, already I'm so excited about this story. Keep going.
Yes,
I'm so in.
And in the middle of the first date, I just kind of like we started talking, and I heard about her life, and she started telling me about her life in martial arts, and that she also works with. She works with autistic kids.
She had her shit together.
And like
she's just looking for a gang
like
bang.
her.
Yeah, she's the best.
Hold on. I don't need you peppering in with your fucking pornographic goat-like comments.
Sorry, bro. I'm
all right? I
I'm
need
so
you to
into this.
listen.
I know, I'm
I
trying.
don't want you to go gangbang and throw in a bunch of shit.
Well, no, it's adding
This is
flavor.
a romantic fucking
All right,
story,
sorry.
and he's got to throw this shit
this
in.
is wifey. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's wifey.
Will be. Yeah.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Will be as of September 2nd.
Keep going, Brad.
So then on the first date, I stop her and go like, all right, we met on a threesome app. Yes, this is true, but I'm kind of mad right now. She goes, why are you upset? And I go, because I like you. Like, you're a cool person, and I don't want this. And I said this on the first date. I'm like, I don't want this to be just a, like, fuck him and chuck him. Like, I don't want it to be that.
Damn,
like,
fuck him and chuck him.
I want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Like, I want this to be a thing. And she was like, yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but I kind of like you too.
Damn.
Like, this is, and
Oh, man.
I asked, I was like, is this is this a fetish for you? Because not that I mind. I hate people that try to guilt me into that. Like, oh, she's only having, and this would happen in the past. Like, oh, that girl just fucked you because she has a fetish. I'm like, yeah. I still had the orgasm.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
Everyone's happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
As long as you don't put on a
Did
costume.
you use me for your sexual pleasure? Oh, I'm so broken up. Yeah.
yeah, don't care.
Fuck off.
But yeah, I just want to make sure she wasn't like a fighter pilot, and after we slept together, she was gonna like take out a Smurf stamp and like put it on the side, like boom, got another one. But
and then kill you.
Yeah, but she's like, no, I've never dated a little person before, but you're a good deal, and let's continue to do this. So we did. We just started dating in the serious form. I left the radio show. I moved down to Los Angeles. We continued for long distance for about 2 months until I'm like, well, let's move you down here. She moved down here, moved in with me.
And she hadn't even seen your stand-up yet.
She saw it up in San Francisco.
Right.
She saw a bit up there.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking bother me. Now, did you guys do the threesome on that first date, or did you kind of?
Good question, Brendan Schaub.
Did you just get calamari in a white
fair question.
On the first date, no, but after 6 months of dating. Because that was always on the table. Because it was like, hey, we met on a threesome.
Sure.
So you like girls. I know you like girls. I like girls. We have that in common. And after 6 months, we met a lovely young woman that was that I have known for a while.
Yes.
And she was game. She had wanted to sleep with me for a bit, but she was worried I was going to fall in love. This is a very attractive woman who may be an adult star. So once she found out that I was in a committed relationship, but she was down, she's like, yes, I totally want to be your third. This will be awesome. And we did it, and it was great.
I am such a fan of your wife, so your girls.
Oh, she is.
How long have you guys been dating?
2.5 years.
And now,
and we've had multiple threesomes.
Well, here's the big question. Yeah. Here's the other elefante in the room. Does she ever invite other guys?
No.
It's only girls.
Strictly women.
You are getting your cake and eating it too, aren't you, sir?
And I've told her, I've said, hey, you like girls. If I'm on the road and you meet a girl, fine.
Yeah.
What about a guy?
No guys.
No cock,
no dick.
Yeah,
and don't go like this with your hand. Hey, sir, don't go. Don't go. Brendan just turned his hand up to the ceiling. What? Why not?
No, it's like
there's a big difference.
Guys,
it's just another man plowing your girl. What's wrong?
Well, it's great for you two, but what about the lady?
Hey, you want to take your liberal equality bullshit and get it out of here right now, all right? Because
I'm going to do this then all night.
And I've asked her that because I said, like, is that something that you would want? Would you want another dude? And she's like, not really. Like, she's with girls, she's a little more liberal because she knows it's not going to be a thing. But for guys, she's very picky.
My wife could have and my girlfriend could have a
like that fucking soccer player. Did you see that clip?
No.
Oh, there's a clip of a soccer player. In his post-game speech, he thanks both his wife and his girlfriend separately.
Shit.
Epic.
Gangster
but
shit.
But then he catches himself and he's like, oh shit.
Like,